Hello, guys and gals, and we're back with another book review, and this is book 14. Only one left in the main series after this. Um, Book 14, The Dangerous Gift. Um, and, okay, the truth is, I was most skeptical about this book when I saw it. We've already seen something from a Silkwing's perspective, and we've seen something from a Hive Wing's perspective, and we've seen something from a Leaf Wing's perspective. So then I'm like, well, why would they go back to an Ice Wing? So I had my doubts, but I was open minded. I'm glad that I was, because wow, this turned out to be one of my favorite books of the entire Wings of Fire series. Um, and it just speaks to the sheer amount of skill that Tui has in basically writing characters. Um, I really enjoyed book. Would it be book 7? Yeah, book 7. I really enjoyed book 7 because it was the one about Winter, so it was also about an Ice Wing. And Winter, kind of written like Vegeta from Dragon Ball. And he does have kind of an amazing character arc, starting out as being all grumpy and mean and angry, and then later, softening. This basically takes that concept and basically amps it up to 11, because Snowfall, Queen Snowfall rather, Queen Snowfall took over when the plague created by Darkstalker basically unalived Queen Glacier. So she was next in line. And so what we have here is basically a character that isn't very likable at all. Now, as I've said before, if Tui wants you to hate a character, then you're going to hate the character, because the writing is so good. And if you're supposed to really like a character, then you'll love this character because of the writing. Um, let's just say, let me just put it this way: Snowfall is a very unlikable character. Basically, an angry racist against Nightwing's character. He was kind of mad at everybody and not very friendly. And a lot of that is due to a factor that basically is a spoiler, but we're going to not go into spoilers in this one. Basically, she's also paranoid. When, well, at the end of the last book, all the dragons, or a lot of the Silkwings, all of the Leaf Wings, along with Cricket, well, not Swordtail. They didn't even take Blue or Swordtail with them. It was just Cricket, Bumblebee, Sundew, Hazel, who is the current, in the absence of Queen Sequoia, is the current acting queen of the Leaf Wings. And I'm probably missing a few, but there's a lot of dragons that all fled across the sea. Because it was either that or fall victim to what we'll call the other mind, the breath of evil. So the best course of action was to retreat. So the first place that all these dragons come to is the Ice Kingdom. And Queen Snowfall freaks out, thinking that they're going to invade her territory, and stuff like that. So she really isn't very too friendly towards them, especially when she sees that Tsunami is there and Turtle. And I think Moon was there too, and she really doesn't like Nightwings. And with Moon being a Nightwing, then yeah. not only that, she gets ready for war, actually, even though they're not really making any aggressive stance against her. So she has all these animus touched objects, like these bracelets that that can make an entire army invisible, or anyone that she wants. She can make herself invisible too, just with these bracelets. I think there's also an animus touched object that would increase her strength or something. And so, yeah, she raided the royal treasury, kind of, in a paranoid type way. And so, yeah, you're not really meant to like Snowfall. Now, Snowfall has a friend, a companion named Lynx, who is like second in command. And Lynx is kind of comic relief, kind of keeps Snowfall on her toes. Anyways, we find out a lot about Sanctuary. I think that's the name of the town, the name of the place. It's the place where Winter is currently. Winter quit going to the Jade Mountain Academy because he was evicted from the Ice Kingdom, which is not really news. He was supposed to be dead, and then he got evicted from the Ice Kingdom. He freed Foe Slayer, I believe it was, and so yeah. He basically just got evicted from the Ice Kingdom like forever, so he quit going to Jade Mountain Academy. And he spends his time in Sanctuary, which is a city basically made for hybrid dragons. Usually hybrid dragons are looked down upon because they're of mixed race. And so yeah, it's kind of a sanctuary for everyone, kind of like what Possibility was for the Sandwings. Now Winter is doing research on scavengers. He's obsessed with scavengers, figuring out stuff about them. We do meet a character in this book, and I can't really say who it is. Of course, I let it slip in the first book. I mean, in book 11. In the book 11 video, I did let it slip who this was. But, because I'm like, oh, wow, I haven't even talked about that book yet. But just this character showing up and then realizing who this character was blew my mind. Because it was a character that was supposed to be, like, dead, So, anyways. Basically, this whole book is about uniting. I'll say this. It's about uniting and figuring out what to do about what's going on across the sea. Because if they don't do something about what's happening across the sea, then, well, it could spread to, to Pyria. And they don't want that. Anyways, excuse me. So, anyways, it's a lot about that, but there's something else that happens, and it's really ingenious. A ring appeared in this hidden treasury down in the Icewing area. So Snowfall has this ring, and it was animus touched by, oh boy, I want to say, well, it's an animus touched object, and I think that it just said insight or something like that. And what's brilliant is, it was a ring that was meant for new queens to learn empathy, I believe, or something like that. It was for queens who weren't ready to be queen yet, which fits this situation perfectly. Anyways, so yeah, and once you put the ring on, it doesn't come off. So yeah, It's a ring that gives you visions, so you can kind of see, or basically jump into somebody else's mind, so you can see what's happening across the seas, which is really brilliant because it's like, oh well, this is happening over here. We have to do something, and this is happening here, so we have to do something. Um, so yeah. Um, Now, as the book goes along, then Snowfall becomes a slightly better dragon every so often. Um, so basically, it's a tremendous character arc, and it's amazing. Just the amount of growth that one character can have. Um, Now, there's also a lot of lore here, like a lore dump down near the end. Um, I will say that it basically goes really, really far back. I would say even before the time of Darkstalker. Um, we learn about a character, one that's mentioned every so often in the book, but we find out about this character's history, and it's very well written. And so yeah, and we also find out the answer to the question that everybody has. We find out lots of different answers because the ring is able to give that information. But anyways, I thought this book was very well written, and again, I've only given you a tiny amount of information here. um hmm. Anyways, it's just fascinating and it's wonderful. um Arguably one of the best Wings of Fire books I've ever read, mainly because of the literal 180 character shift that's in here. How Queen Snowfall basically goes from being a very, very, well, not the best person, a very not likable character, to being one that's actually likable. A literal 180 change. And it's just amazing. But thinking, yeah. Um, but it was also kind of a nice change of pace from the how frantic the series had been previously, with all the time limits. In book 11, it was, well, we have to go save Luna before Blue goes through his metamorphosis. And then in the second book, it was, oh, we have to go figure out why Queen Wasp is able to control all these people. Otherwise, the Leaf Wings are going to burn down one of the hives. And in the third book, it was, oh wow, we got Queen Wasp soldiers just waiting all around the jungle, waiting to attack, and so we have to find a way to stop them. With this one, there really wasn't. It was more of a relaxed pace, and really, 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 really good. So, um, anyways, that is going to do it for this video, though. If you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I upload. Also, if you want to support me in any way, or if you want to join the Discord server, all the information will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. You are loved, and have a great day.